So hey everybody, it is Friday about 12:30 and I'm just leaving the vet. An unexpected visit again. The girls are fine. Meeka, my 14-year-old black cat, could possibly have pneumonia. She's been somewhat sick the last 3 days. But cats hide it very, very well. Like, you know, they're coughing, you think it's a hairball. You know, they throw up because they need to throw up. So this morning I noticed she was very, very, very congested. And I thought it was upper respiratory. It sounded like a really, really bad cold. So, fortunately, unfortunately, I'll get into that. The doctor that I don't like, but I like her now, I guess, a little bit more, who normally works on Mondays and Tuesdays, who screwed up Kamiley's flippin' ass, is actually here today, when she's never here on Fridays. And I was like, oh my god, of all the fucking people, I have to come back to see her. She's gonna screw something up and, you know, blah blah blah. But I put that aside and I brought Meeka in, and they gave her an x-ray, a full blood workup, lots of other whistles and bells and stuff. But the point is, she's now in an oxygenated cage, tent thing, I don't know, whatever. Because she needs a support, they put a pulse ox on her, which is, you know, what we call a pulse ox on your finger to determine the level of oxygen that's going through your body. They have the same thing, and they put it on her ear, and it's 90, and apparently that's low. I didn't ask what normal was. I'm just like stunned. Nothing was coming out of my mouth. I'm trying to take everything in, because I've been here with the girls every 5 minutes. I mean, I couldn't even tell you the last time I brought somebody in that was of feline nature. I couldn't even tell you. It was probably for shots. Probably years ago, in and out. Meeka hasn't been here since 2011. She's 14. It's like I don't understand why stuff keeps happening. I'm not even diagnosed, like, I'm not even well. And now it's 12:30. They close at 6. Which I guess sort of works maybe in my favor in regards to getting back to my house. But in all reality, she might go from the veterinary office, because they close at 6 on Fridays and they don't open during the weekends, to the emergency, transfer over to the emergency if she needs oxygen support or more support that I could give her at home. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do. And I'm not saying I don't know what to do in regards to her life. I haven't been through this with a cat since I lost Gypsy to cancer in 2011. And that was very fast. Like, I gave her 1 round of chemo and I'm like, I can't do this to her. She's not getting better. And I think of how Meeka came into my life. Right here. Right by the airport. It was July 2004. And my parents and my mom was already diagnosed for 2 years, but she was still good, and she was still there. And for some reason, we decided to take a drive down to the Bay Shore, and I was gonna walk Chelsea, and my mom and my dad were gonna sit in the car and just, you know, chill out. And I saw this man holding this black thing, tiny little thing. And I'm gonna talk to you if you have an animal, like, that's just how I am. And I'm like, oh, it's a kitten, how cute, you know. Did you just find it? Because there's a lot of feral cats down by the airport. At least there used to be, I don't know if there still is. And he said, no, a stewardess, I guess, who was staying in one of the hotels that I'm literally gonna pass right now, found her. And she handed it off to the guy, and the guy was gonna take it to the Humane Society. All this stuff is within 2 miles. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 you're not taking her to the Humane Society. She's too small. She was no bigger than a soup can. And I took her. And I took her back to the car. And at that time, I had Chelsea and I had Gypsy. That's it. 1 cat, 1 dog. And Gypsy was, I think she was 8 then. She never took to Meeka, never, until she got sick. So I came back to the car and my parents were sitting there. And my dad's like, no, 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 we're gonna take her to the Humane Society. No, we don't want another cat. And my mom is the one that said, shut up, to my dad. We're taking her home. And my mom sat in the back seat of my old green Mustang, and she held her all the way home. That's what I remember. Like, that's what I remember. Is my mom and the day I brought Meeka home. It's like all the memories just come flooding back. I would give anything if it were that day, anything. Even if everything turned out the same. So I would appreciate you guys praying for her. Like I said, we're still not sure if it's a lower respiratory infection or if it's pneumonia, or if she's gonna get to go home, or if she has to be transferred to emergency. I'm just so tired. I can't even like get a second to myself to catch my breath. Like I said, my tests haven't even come back yet. I don't even know what we're dealing with me, let alone with Meeka. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. They always say God doesn't give you any more than you can handle. I'm just about there. Like, you know, everybody is doing so well, knock on wood, and, you know, I haven't been to the vet in 2 weeks. That's a miracle in itself. I haven't needed to go there. I haven't needed to call anybody. The last time I went was to pick up medication and leave. Lexi still needs to go see a cardiologist. I have to go get that done sooner rather than later. This is a heart we're dealing with, not a, you know, a sprained toenail or something. So I have to get that done. We should have gone Monday, but I was too sick. And believe you me, I don't feel good right now, but you just have to push that aside and, you know, go home and feed everybody and try to be as normal as you can. And then I have to wait for the vet to call and figure out what our next move is. Thankfully, I live about 7 minutes from the emergency, but coincidentally enough, The actual road in front of the emergency is closed. They're working on it for months now. And it's not exactly easy to navigate in and out of my area basically after 4 o'clock. On a Friday, unheard of. I mean, thank God I know my way in and out, up and down the back way, the back streets. If I had to bring her over here. I just don't know how I'm gonna get home. It's just nuts. It's completely, you don't even understand. It's a tiny little area with 3-way in, you know, 3 ways to get in and 3 ways to get out. And they're all through neighborhoods. It's just nuts. So anyway, I'm almost home. Like I said, just please pray for her. Please pray that I can bring her home on meds and that I get a diagnosis for her today. This is something that, you know, if they're not sure and they don't feel I can support her at home, where else is she going to go? She's going to go to emergency. I can't. And I won't. I won't put her down. I won't. I'm not going to make her suffer, but I'm not going to put her down just because she's 14 years old. And I'm passing the emergency as we speak. It's crazy. So anyways, like I said, just please keep us all in your prayers, and please pray for her that I get to bring her home. And that by some miracle there's some pill or some medication out there that's gonna make her well and it's gonna clear this thing up. She has had my heart since the day I found her. And I've always, you know, the life that she had and now has is completely different. You know, she was one of 2 cats. There was 1 dog in the house. Then there was Kamiley. And then there was 2 and 2. And then, you know, Gypsy died. And within a week, Charlie came to be with us. And then, you know, the explosion of Callie and her kids. And then Farrell's joining the family. And all that stuff. You know, I've always tried to make her feel special. I've always tried to single her out. I've always tried to give her that extra bit of love and extra food and, you know, fancy feast and anything, everything I could possibly think of that she would want. I try to make her life that much more special because she's been with me the longest. You know, she's also, I just thought of it, you know, she's a connection not only to my parents but to Chelsea, who I still miss every single day. And this is just the worst timing ever. So I've got to go. I'm home, and I'll update as needed, but for right now, you might not hear from me for a couple of days, or you might hear from me in a couple hours. So everything's just going to be on an hour-by-hour basis. Alright? Thank you for your love and your support and your prayers. Bye.